And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your
We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans. We are the last Americans.
Woo! Yeah, brother. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Ric Flair, this motherfucker.
Woo! Yeah, that's what they do, right? I can't believe that guy's still alive. I really can't.
Man, Greg, I got you. You're like real dark right now.
Yeah, you're like straight from Puerto Rico.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? You got that
Hey,
darkness.
hey.
How you doing, man?
Hi, Chihuahua.
You just at a baseball game, huh? Is that what you
What's
were
that?
saying? You were just at a baseball game. That's what you were saying. Your son's baseball game.
Yes, indeedy.
Poor kid struck out.
Baseball game.
That's not good.
Yep.
Hey, man.
So hopefully he gets a hit. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
but,
he will.
you know,
He will.
it's what happens, you know. Sometimes you swing at the high ones.
Yeah. Hey, I watched my daughter
Swing at
play
the high
basketball.
ones.
She did basketball for one season, or if you want to call it that,
Yeah.
and she didn't score 8 points. So I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a learning curve, you know?
What does swing at the high ones mean?
Just the high pitches.
Yeah, you know?
Like pitches that are way too high that you shouldn't swing
You
at.
got to keep it in the strike
Oh.
zone. You know what I'm saying? You got to swing at those in the strike zone, man.
There we go.
I said, okay.
I forget that Chris knows nothing about
Yeah, I know.
sports, so you have to explain it to him like a freaking 3-year-old.
He's like, are we supposed to punch the high people? Is that what's
Wait, swing
What
at
is
the
a
high
high
ones.
one?
Like, there's high people
High
on
on
the field?
marijuana?
Yeah,
Wait,
dude.
yeah, there's high people on the field?
Yeah, that's the new rule.
That not
Drugs
allowed?
shouldn't be allowed in sports.
Oh, God.
There
yeah.
should be.
Anyways, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening to us.
Yeah, happy days.
Happy days. Happy hump day or not hump day. You know, depending on what day.
Hmm.
Depending on what day it is. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
so yeah, there's some interesting stories that were floating around today. Dave,
Yeah.
you said that you brought some. I don't even know what you brought yet.
No,
but-
I got two that I think is interesting, but it's, it's nothing like groundbreaking, but I wanted to get into yours first real quick, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could start with one and then
Back
swing
and forth.
on over.
I'm down, dude. I'm cool with
But
that.
this one was very interesting. So RFK Jr., you know how he has the speech problem, like his voice is a little raspy because of, he claims it's from a vaccine.
Yeah,
injury.
vaccine
That's
injury, yeah.
Mm.
right.
And it's really high. Isn't it really high, too? I
He talks kind of like
I feel like his
Kinda
voice
like a Fauci.
is high.
High?
Yeah. I feel like he's supposed to have a deeper voice.
Oh,
I mean, I just like a smoker voice. That's what I don't hear high.
yeah, it makes me want to clear my throat every
Yeah,
time
it's like
I hear him.
straining. It's very straight. It's like a
And
rock
shake-
star
and-
after a show.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
shaky.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, a story came out today about a dead worm being in his head, and it ate part of his brain. And he was claiming that this,
Damn.
this dead
Parasite.
worm that ate his brain, was
parasite
giving him cognitive problems.
Uh-oh. That's not a great thing
Wait,
to come out with.
he admitted that it was doing it to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was in a sworn deposition taken more than a decade ago. He said that a worm ate part of his brain before dying inside of his head.
Oh. So this happened
He
a
made-
long time ago. That's what you're saying? I just want to clear that up.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So he made this bizarre admission. I don't know why it's coming out right now. Maybe it's because he's running for
Elections.
president, but
Yeah.
yeah. So he made this during his 2012 divorce proceeding,
Mm.
detailing cognitive problems. He initially feared that it was a brain tumor,
Mm.
Or like
only
dementia.
for a second doctor to tell him that a dark spot on his scans were a dead parasite.
Damn. This is what Joe Biden has, guys. It's not age. He's got worms.
He's got brain worms.
He's got worms,
It's
bro.
just one big fucking parasite in his
giant
brain.
fucking worm.
The worm is
dude.
actually thinking for him. That's why it's so dumb.
Yeah, they call it the.
Yeah.
I think that specific worm is called the hunter worm. It's something like that. The hunter worm. That's what.
And that's why he goes after kids all the time, because the
Yeah.
parasites want to go after the young kids.
They're
you
always
know what I
looking
mean?
for a new host.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, a young one to live forever
They're
in.
looking for that host. with
Dude,
the
that's how
most,
they
you know
live
what I mean?
forever.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
my host.
That's how
has
the
got-
Illuminati transfers their consciousness in the parasites.
Yep. And when he
Oh my god!
when he freezes up, it's not him shitting. It's the fucking worm. It's moving around.
It's the worm.
exiting his asshole and moving around. Yeah.
Do you see the video of him just the other day walking with his wife?
Oh yeah.
And he
and he
like,
stopped.
Yeah, he goes, "Doom, doom, doom,"
pooped.
and he goes, "Oh,"
Yeah, he bent over like a gorilla and
and just fucking freeze frame.
unleashed.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Some guy made a video of him dropping turds.
Oh, yeah,
I've
seen that.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But okay, so he has a brain worm and ate a chunk of brain. That's what he's saying. So he actually has some disability, temporary at least, right?
Well, so here's the deal: is
temporarily.
If you look down in the article, like right after the first picture of him with a microphone and his fingers are on his head, there's a paragraph that says, however, a doctor at New York Presbyterian Hospital called Kennedy while he was packing for the trip. So this is back in 2012, and said that he believed that the abnormality was caused by a worm that got into my brain and ate a portion and then died. So he believed that it was a parasite. He wasn't proven.
So it's never been proven? So he could have just had cognitive issues. That's
he said he didn't know whether or not he contracted a parasite, but suggested it might have been during an earlier trip to South Asia. So he doesn't know if it actually is or not.
He said it was likely pork tapeworm larva.
That's damn pork chops, man.
Oof. And he said, oh, yeah, dude, right here. He also had mercury poisoning from eating too much tuna. Oof.
I mean, I feel like you'd have to eat a lot of fucking tuna to get mercury poisoning.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, that's not really in it. What kind of tuna are you eating, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Are you just eating the fish right out of the sea?
Maybe. Like raw tuna.
He said he suffered from severe brain fog. But it's like, dude, like this guy is big into the EPA lawsuits. He knows, like, I feel like fluoride, vaccines, all this crazy shit. And he still eats tuna? You know what I mean? It's like, wouldn't you know this stuff by now?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
also,
it was before he got in.
I'm curious if this came out a while ago, you know, to your point, why is it coming out now? Is this like a hit piece for him? You know, because go back to that article. That one paragraph says, I quote, I have cognitive problems, clearly. The son of the late Attorney General, Senator from New York, said at the time, I have short-term memory loss and I have long-term or longer-term memory loss that affects me. So now it just brings the question to some people, right? Like, oh, is he incapable?
So, is he even capable of doing this in the first place?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so here's the deal, though. I mean, like, people have listened to him debate. I mean, he's very good, not the voice, but he's good at what he brings to the table as far as information. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we also know, too, that just, you know, kind of looking over the past 6, 7, 8, 9 years, right? Like, it doesn't matter what is in front of our faces. As I'm talking about the general public. A lot of times they just listen to the articles and listen to what the pundits say. You know what I'm saying? Like he could speak clear as day, and then be like, "Well, I heard he's missing
brain worm.
He's missing part of his brain. That's what I heard."
Yeah,
you know,
you're gonna trust that worm with the nuclear codes, Dave?
Yeah,
what about you, Chris? You trust that worm?
The high pitched voice does it for me.
It's just a worm. It's just a worm.
Well, dude, so I brought this article up because he also just offered to debate Trump. Because Trump, I don't know if you heard this, but he is going to go to the Libertarian National Convention.
Okay.
Like for the first time, I think, a presidential nominee, like as someone like as popular as Trump, going to the Libertarian National Convention is a big deal, dude.
Yeah.
As far as getting eyeballs on the topic and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Dave Smith said that he would debate, what's this guy's name? Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., if Trump declines.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad thing for either. I don't think they're off that much on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the problem is I know he's a smart man. I think RFK Jr. is he's a decent guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's pretty smart. Yeah. But like Trump doesn't always have to be the smartest. He's a good debater, bro. You know what I mean? Like that is something. You know what I'm saying? And so,
it would be interesting. It would be very, very interesting.
Yeah, and I do think that would or possibly could be a debate that comes out where both of them maybe are fine. They look fine. You know what I'm saying? They come out maybe agreeing on a lot of shit. And, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Would Trump ever do that, though?
I don't know.
I mean, it's like would it? I just think that they would do more harm than good for him.
Well, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I don't think Trump's afraid to debate anybody, if you want my honest opinion. I don't think he's been on a stage with, quote unquote, the best of the Republican Party, you know, at the time, at least, arguably. And he had no issues at all knocking them one by one. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
So I don't think it's a matter of that. But to your point, why do it? You know what I mean? Yep. Kennedy's not really like, he's there and he's going to get votes. but he's not a threat, in my honest opinion. Like, I don't.
No.
I wish.
No, I don't think so either.
He's not a threat, so there's no real reason to do it. I want to see Trump and Biden debate. That's what I want to see, and I think that's what everybody wants to see. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I would actually really love to see RFK Jr. and Trump debate because they would talk about vaccine related stuff, and that's what I'm curious to see Trump's response on, to see like if he will open up and maybe admit where he was wrong.
Sure,
you know,
sure, man.
That's what I'm looking for.
I don't think there's a lack of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that Trump would look at him and just be like, he's, you know, like he knows he's a smart man. He knows he's well read and he's understands what he's talking about. And again, there's a high chance that they agree and they kind of work around a couple of things, and maybe that clears up some stuff with Trump. Maybe, you know, Kennedy.
Dude, what if they throw this? What if they put this article out there so that way this set him up for the debate, just so Trump can call him brainworm? Listen up here, brainworm. Nice try.
Yeah.
Nice try, you slippery worm.
He says something to the effect of like, "You're so weak that a worm can even control you." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Come on, look at this weak man.
Yeah.
He's got a brainworm.
You let a 2-inch worm fucking control his life.
Yeah. You have no control over your dead brainworm.
Yeah. Loser.
You stupid son of a bitch.
Fucking loser. I hopefully Trump's over that kind of insane rhetoric, but who knows? I don't think it's gonna happen.
I hope not. God, I miss the old Trump.
I know,
where he'd
but
just fucking say shit.
Yeah, but I don't know that Kennedy's one that he would do that to. I honestly don't. I think from what little I know, I think that there is at least probably some level of respect. He knows the Kennedys. He grew up with the Kennedys. Talks about the Kennedys. I don't think there's like ill will. I think they have disagreements, and that's probably the extent of it. Unlike other politicians, I'd love to see him I'd love to see one of the like Kennedy in the cabinet or somewhere in there. Just like, the other factors that you see, Tulsi Gabbard, other people, like bring them in, like get some actual dialogue going, whether we disagree or agree. See what happens.
Yeah. I could see him taking care of like,
you keep looking at your mic weird and I don't know what you're
sounds weird to me.
It sounds perfectly normal.
You sound like Joe Rogan, dude. What's going on with you?
It's your headphones.
Oh, maybe.
It has to be because you sound perfectly fine to me, dude.
I don't know. Anyway, he might be good in like a czar, whatever they call that position, almost like a Fauci position or something.
Like a
medical. What about the energy department? What I mean? Like,
sure.
Trump put that Rick guy, that fucking that Republican guy from Texas. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But to end this article conversation with this whole debate looming, Kennedy tweeted joking to offering to eat 5 more brainworms and still beat President Trump and President Biden in a debate.
Well, that's
quote, I feel confident of the result even with 6-worm handicap. That's what he said.
A 6-worm handicap. Okay.
6-worm.
Does it really count if you're chewing them up though? Because they're dead now.
I know. It's like, that's not like the ones in your brain, dude. That's not how you get stuff in your brain. You don't put it in your mouth and it gets in your brain.
Let's take that 6 worms and let's inject them into your brain.
Ooh,
and then
there you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah. See, that's just a dumb comment though. Like, let's be real.
Why?
Isn't it?
Well, because listen, you're like, I think that's not learning a lesson. Like, Trump is a formidable debater. You can hate the guy, but you can still admit that even if you hate him, and people that hate him will still tell you he is highly entertaining on the debate stage. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
sure.
He's just like Kennedy's trying to coax him into responding at least.
I'm sure, but that's it's like, kind of like coaxing a bear to fucking come around you. Like, just leave the fucking thing alone. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, why?
It's funny the word choice you used there.
What?
Coaxing a bear to come around you.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Oh, that's one thing I had 3 things I want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
We'll start with this one. That's interesting, man. And I hope that doesn't affect him because listen, at the end of the day, I don't think he wins. I don't think he comes close to winning, but I think the man is very smart. I think he's got a lot of positives. We've talked about some of the negatives. I think there's a couple things that I'm not real crazy about with him, but
yeah, he's got a lot of
things, but a good difference of opinion is always good. And I think Trump, if he was to be reelected, I think having, especially some of the defectors of the Democratic Party, the ones that have realized that the Democratic Party, like Tulsi Gabbard left the party, right? Like, Tulsi has her own things too that I'm not crazy about, but as a whole, having her in the cabinet, I think is beneficial. She is I think she does love America. And I think
she's a veteran.
She's a veteran.
Understands.
I think she's also like watching that recent Rogan thing. I was like, I told Chris, I was like, I actually like her more from that episode. They didn't really talk a lot about politics, but I can understand why people like her. You know what I'm saying? Like she seems real to me. You know what I mean? I guess is where it comes down to. So
yeah, dude. Band's saying Chris sounds like Javi right now.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Mexican.
You sound like an FBI Mexican agent.
Hey. No, I'm joking. Oh god.
I sound out of breath because I'm running all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You sound like you're like a 19-year-old in your prime.
Let's
see. How old is Javi? 21 or 22?
22. Yeah, he I think he would just turn 22. Because we were talking to him when he first turned 21, has first ring, right?
That's right. He went to yes.
So he's got to be 22.
All right.
My brother texted me or called me actually earlier and was like, "Hey man, do you listen to Tucker, his podcast?" And I said, "Not really. I don't really listen to his podcast." But he's like, "Hey, there's a 60-minute podcast that came out yesterday with this gal, Catherine Engelbrecht. I think this.
I heard that name before.
And she was talking about the illegals and voting.
Okay.
It's only 16 minutes. I didn't even listen to the 16 minutes, but I found the part that he was talking about, and I kind of just did a quick rundown. So she was talking about how the, and I've seen this in the Senate and shit, where everybody's panicking, like illegals cannot vote. They're not allowed to vote. You guys are freaking out about nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She was bringing up the point in her group, whatever her group was. I wish I could remember.
Dude, you know who this lady is?
True the Vote. She's from True the Vote.
Yes, and she worked with that one guy, Greg. I remember his name's Greg.
Mm-hmm.
But they were talking about monitoring all the data. He was in 1,000 Mules or something, or whatever that movie was.
Yeah.
10,000 Mules, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're heavy into, like, she knows her shit, dude. Like,
she does
researched all this stuff.
Yeah, I looked her up just to, just quick rundown to make sure she wasn't some whack job. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't know. I don't personally know anything about True the Vote or any of that stuff. And but Tucker had her on. She, So anyways, long story short, she was saying that, they have been, for a year or two have been looking at law and the, Constitution and, all the different, codes and whatever, trying to figure out like if there's any loopholes or any other such things. And she said that there is one, and she brought it up. And I've never really looked at this, and I never really read this, but I'm curious what your guys' take is, because I see what she's saying, but I also think, how often is this going to be used? But it's still very interesting. So Chris has the article up. It's not an article. It's from the Legal Information Institute, okay? And Cornell Law School. And the only reason I'm using this is because they break it down. The U.S. Code Title 18. Okay, that's what she's talking about. So if you go to Part 1, Crimes, okay? Then go to Chapter 29. Chapter 29 is Elections and Political Activities. Then you should see, oh man, am I all mixed up here? Part 1, Crimes. Oh, I had it backwards. Crimes. Chapter 29. You went to Chapter 29, right?
Yep.
Code 611. Voting by aliens.
What? Voting by illegal aliens.
Space aliens?
Okay. So this is quick, and we don't have to go through the whole thing, but it's kind of important. So it says A. Okay, this is 18 U.S. Code 611. Voting by aliens.
Yeah.
It shall be unlawful for any alien to vote in any election held solely or in part for the purpose of electing a candidate for the office of president, vice president, presidential elector, member of Senate, member of House of Representatives, delegate from the District of Columbia, or resident commissioner, unless the election is held partly for some other purpose.
What?
I don't know what that means. Aliens are authorized to vote for such other purpose under a state constitution or statute or local ordinance.
What?
Or voting. This is not the good part. Voting for such other purpose is conducted independently of voting for a candidate for such federal office in such manner. Then an alien has the opportunity to vote for such other purpose, but not an opportunity to vote for a candidate for any other or more such federal office. I don't know. That's a lot of gibberish.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
But here's where it gets interesting. B, any person who violates this section shall be fined under this title, imprisoned not more than 1 year, or both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now all that stuff is, if you break that, if you're an alien, that's what you think, right?
Yeah.
And that's what she said. We kept reading though. Subsection A does not apply to an alien if, so none of that stuff we just applies if each natural parent of the alien, or in case of adopted alien, each adopted parent of the alien is or was a citizen. Okay. That's fine. The alien permanently resides in the United States prior to attaining the age of 16.
Oh, shit.
That gets interesting.
Permanent.
So If you're here, if you're living here permanently and you're under 16, when you hit 16, now you can vote.
You can vote.
This is the big one. The alien reasonably believed at the time of voting in violation of such subsection that he or she was a citizen of the United States.
Oh shit, dude. They can get away with it right there.
Uh-oh.
So now they're just going to go vote, and then everyone's going to, I thought I was a citizen.
I thought I was.
I believe I was a citizen.
Now, why is this interesting? Here's why it's interesting. Because I'm going to just use this as a quick reference. We just hired a guy who is from the Philippines at my job. And I'm talking pretty damn fresh from the Philippines. Doesn't have a driver's license yet. You know, I'm pretty new. Doesn't speak any English really at all. Great worker. Great guy. Okay. But when I'm talking to him and he's new, when I'm talking to him about what I need, he understands to a point, right? I can point at things and he gets what I'm like, work it. And he goes, okay, yeah, thumbs up. You got aliens coming into the country illegally.
Yeah.
They're getting detained, maybe not. They're getting court days 3 to 7 years out. Okay. They don't understand hardly anything. Most of them don't understand English, probably at all. Very little. Yeah. It's very easy to assume that if they were let go into the country and given a court date, that they could possibly assume, well, I'm in the country. They let me in the country.
Yeah.
I'm an American citizen, America. Yay.
Well, especially if they give them something that says you are now a citizen of the United States.
It's
right?
Concerning. Because when you hear the Democrats and Republicans in some aspects, when you hear them talking about, listen, guys, you're freaking out over nothing. Illegal aliens or immigrants cannot vote. Well, that would tell me that if there was a reasonable suspicion that they thought they were, they can.
Or they're not considering them illegal.
Yeah, because there's nothing stopping them from going in and saying, I'm here. I've been here for 4 years because they haven't even hit the court date yet. I've been here. I've been living here. I assume I'm, and they get a vote. And here's the issue. Let's say that they aren't and they don't, but they go in, they say, yeah, I'm a citizen, and they vote. Especially places where I don't check IDs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going back to double check to make sure that they actually are? And do they take those votes away if they find out they're not? No, they do not do that. They won't do that.
No. Yeah. So, I mean, it's that's just one of the loopholes. But yes, that is a something that is very relevant to the porous border that's happening right now.
It just makes the whole thing worse. Because what you hear is a lot. I've heard, at least myself personally, I'll speak for myself. I've heard people on the internet, social media talking about the immigration. They're saying we got to get the borders. Luckily, they can't vote. Well, can they?
Yeah, right.
Can they? Because and the way Tucker was talking, what I listened to, and it's what I listened to was not much. I maybe 5 minutes of the 16. Okay, so a third of it.
Yeah.
He was just like, why has this not ever been brought up? Like, why is this like this kind of? It's not even a loophole. It's right there.
Yeah,
we see it, but it's the last paragraph in that section. It's the last paragraph, and she was like, as we kept reading, we were like, okay, this makes sense. You get fines or even imprisonment. Oh, wait a second. But this doesn't apply if they think that they're citizens?
Believe.
So
that's the thing is, like, the Constitution or whatever these are, what were you reading? This was the title of, like, what was this website?
18 U.S. Code 611.
Right? So if you have a belief in something, same thing with religious beliefs in vaccine. Well, yeah, maybe you could go that way, but I was going to say, like, exemptions. You know what I mean? Like, I believe that this thing will be the mark of the beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what the whole religious belief, and they honor that. And so it's just very interesting because this has nothing to do with a religious dogma. This is just an accident. Like, oh, I believe that I was the king of Italy. So I just went into his house,
Well,
it's like, what?
If you went to France or you went to, just think of a country.
Italy doesn't have kings. I know. I'm stupid.
Just think if you went to a country where you were the only person speaking English, right? And you didn't understand French or you didn't understand German or whatever, right? Let's say you just didn't. And you were there, you were living there for a while, you wanted to move there. And some citizen or politician or some, mayor was just like, hey, you can vote if you want to. You know what I'm saying? You just go in the office and just tell them you're a citizen.
Yeah.
You've been here for a year, right? They just tell them that you live here. You'd be like, oh, I can? Oh, that's cool. Good deal. You'd go do it. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm not saying immigrants are stupid. I'm saying they may not know what's going on. And to some aspect, I'm sure they know about breaking the law getting in. I'm sure about that. But they may not understand what they're capable of doing here. And if you have a politician or a mayor or organizations that are telling him like, hey, you can, if you play stupid, you can actually vote for, since we let you in, if you want to give a little bump to old Joe,
Well, we actually saw that at like several voting booths that like people got caught on camera where they were going, hey, you're an illegal immigrant. You can still vote. I mean, here, like, and they were handing them stuff, showing them how to do it.
Yep.
It was like a James O'Keefe expose or something. But like if you have corrupt people working at the voting registration, voting places, booths, and they usher in these people, I'm just, I'm not saying that happened. Okay, YouTube, but I'm saying there's ways and loopholes that you got to just be careful of.
I agree. You know what? The one thing I'll say, I really don't have much. It did. I don't have much to say about this. What I will say is I was unaware of this personally. So it's good information. And I think with law and constitution, I think what has made everything work at least as well as it has for us in the history of America is that there really hasn't been gray areas up until recently. So to me, when it says if you believe, that leaves a pretty open gray area. Because like we now know that, well, you can believe you're a woman or a man and people will accept that. Even though we all know it's not real, they will accept it. So where will they stop, right? Do you think they're going to do that to a foreigner who's here?
The only way it's going to stop is if something gets changed in the meantime. Like something's going to have to happen. I think it might get to a point where they're going to start pushing. There needs to be voter ID. There needs to be like the way this election is going to go down. It needs to be more secure. I think that kind of push is going to start here real quick.
But why does it take freaking Catherine Engelbrecht to do this?
Absolutely,
they can make it happen in time for this.
I would almost bet my home on it. I just don't think.
Wait, what the IDs
that they're going to change any law before this election?
They did it.
Well, Georgia just did.
Georgia
just passed like several of them.
What's that? What were they?
Like voter ID laws. I don't know.
To have voter IDs?
Yeah, something like that.
That's fine. I listen.
Georgia
as a whole,
how many fucking states during COVID right before the election changed it to where it was all mail in?
I understand, but what I'm saying is there were states that did that. Now, will certain states do certain things? I'm sure they will. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying on a federal level, I don't see any major change for anything.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with the federal.
I understand that, but where I'm saying is California, Oregon, Washington. Name the blue state, right? Like, you think they're going to just pass something?
No, yeah.
They're not.
No.
They're not absolutely not going to help their opponent because that would help. True. They know that it will help.
True.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, will it affect anything? I don't know. People will always change. I'm not saying that. I just don't know if there's anything significant. If the federal government came out and said, we're going over the states and we're saying that everybody has to have a voter ID. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen. So
that's not under Joe
Biden, but like, my question is like, looking through the existing laws that we have right now, why does it take Catherine Engelbrecht to do this and not our congressmen? Like
because they don't want
congresswomen, men, whatever.
Because I feel like most of them are there under false pretenses anyway.
That could be it.
Or they're getting donor money and saying, "Hey, close your eyes, don't look under this rock, because you'll find some language that needs to be changed."
Yeah. I
so
think
it's like,
it should happen. It should happen, but you got to understand too. Like, there's, they send these 20,000 page fucking, filibuster fucking, and like they're literally burying these people in other documents.
No one's reading.
And like, we need groups like this. I don't know much about her group. I don't know if it's a good group or a bad group. I'm saying we need citizens to have groups that actually do go through and comb on shit like this to raise awareness. Because listen, if you look at federal documents, period. Constitution, all the laws, all the fucking, there's no way any person could know.
Yeah,
all that.
but one of the changes that needs to be made, there needs to be groups like this being able to comb through things before it's voted on.
Oh, AI, dude, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
AI will
that could help.
Or not.
Elon Musk. Come on, Muskie.
I thought it was interesting, man. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was interesting and I hadn't heard that before, and it does like kind of put the antennas up a little bit for me. Of like,
hell yeah.
Damn, bro.
Well, dude, it's like, if they did it with this, what else did they do it with?
Exactly.
Do they do it with federal spending? Do they do it with like freaking...
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you name it.
What's your next article, Greg? Let's keep rolling, man. I'm enjoying this.
Well, so this one's a little intense. So this was an article and kind of a clip, rather, going viral today. And this old man, I saw this old man getting like puffed with this paint stuff. I'm like, what are they doing this old man? Comes out to find out he's a
out to find out. I like that.
Comes out to find out he's a little pedo.
That's such a southern sounding fucking. Yeah, comes out to find out.
Is it the US Today one? USA Today.
It's InfoWars. So
okay.
This was these streamers who are notorious for pedo hunting. Okay. They caught this ex-Hollywood producer. This guy's like, what, 78 years old or some shit?
I've seen this on X.
Yeah. So this guy produced Space Jam. Okay. That's how he's like Hollywood.
Yeah.
All right.
Vitaly is that how you say it? Is the YouTuber? He's done so much shit. I've never knew if it was Vitaly or Vitaly or.
He's a little extreme for me.
He absolutely is, but he definitely makes highly viewed videos. That's for damn sure.
Yes.
But anyway.
So apparently. They approached this man identified as Herschel Wingrod. He's the Hollywood producer of Space Jam. And they confronted him about allegedly trying to hook up with a 15-year-old girl, and he said that it was his daughter. I don't know if it was his daughter. He was probably just lying to the guy to get a little reaction.
And it's in this video. Is it the girl sitting with him right now?
Yeah, it's the girl there.
Yes. So if you want to play that, play that video. You'll see the...
Oh, jeez.
Damn, that is loud as fuck. There we go.
Oh, fuck.
What's your name?
Who are you?
What's your name?
Who are you?
Why are you suing my fucking daughter? What's your name? What is your name?
Boris. My name is Boris.
Boris, what's your name? Shake my hand.
What's the problem?
Why are you suing my daughter? You know how old she is?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No.
What the fuck you thought was gonna happen here?
Why is Joe Biden spitting out a Tic Tac?
Pizza. I don't know.
Pizza. Yeah, you don't know? How old is she?
Brad.
You know how old she is?
I messed with her. She was 23.
23. Is that what the conversation looked like?
You know the text messages? She was 23 on a
23.
dating site.
On a dating site?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was 23 on
How old is she?
site. I have no idea.
Lila, how old are you?
15. I'm sorry. She was 23 on a dating site. All we've done is
So she didn't tell you how old she was?
She did.
She did?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She said she was 15.
How did she tell you how old she actually is?
She said she was 15.
She said she's 15. Why are you here? Why are you sitting here?
I'm just having a
With a fucking 15-year-old?
pizza.
Piece of pizza with a fucking 15-year-old.
It's not against
You think
the
that's
law.
okay?
Pizza?
I think it's not against the law.
It's not against the law.
No.
Is that all you spoke about to her?
He's having a Tic Tac. He's not even having pizza, bro. That thing is fucking wavering around his mouth.
Really?
Yeah, we've been talking and flirting. It's not a big deal.
Oh, it's a big deal. You're flirting.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Why does this guy look so much like Joe Biden? It's
He does a
creepy.
little.
Well, so fast forward a little bit because
Wait,
they
hold on.
pop him with this paint, dude. And I'm like, what?
Look at that vein on his neck right there. Do you see that motherfucker? Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
That fucking mask is fucking creepy. You know what I'm saying?
It's called varicose vein.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so right here, they just like pop him with these like paint
Why?
puffs.
Oh, he turned liberal quick.
15-year-old. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, it's not a boy. It's a girl.
Look at his hair, dude.
Whoa.
I mean, this part is like super intense.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
like, I get it. But so anyway, they just follow this guy back to his place.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
they
don't
get,
see
like-
I don't see the point in like dousing him with color.
Well,
I know.
Listen, they're
That
making
doesn't-
videos, and you know
They humiliate the fuck out of these guys,
they do.
dude.
And listen, I'm not opposed to having them being humiliated at all, actually. But you know, when I've watched these predator videos, the ones that I find the most interesting is when they show up and they talk to him and they say, "Listen, man, I'm gonna call the cops, but you want to talk to me about what's going on?" It's like,
Oh yeah,
you
Chris
kind
Hansen
of you
stuff.
kind of get an inside like understanding, and then they make them tell their wives or something like, "Honey, I met with a 14-year-old boy," and you hear on the phone like,
Oh yeah,
you know, and he's like, "I didn't mean to, baby. I'm sorry, man."
it's like a Christmas story on the other line.
Exactly. Yeah. But dude, creep from Hollywood. You know, like, do we need to say more?
Right.
Like, this is a creep from fucking Hollywood, man. You know?
Yeah,
The
so,
fact that
I don't know.
Even if she was on a dating site and she said she was 23, and then you showed up and she
Mhm.
said she was 15.
Yeah.
The fact that you weren't like, okay.
The fact that he didn't stand up and say, "Pleasure meeting you. I'm gonna leave now."
Exactly,
thanks. You know what I'm
dude.
saying?
Be like, whoa.
hey, you know, obviously I'm not gonna hook up with a 15-year-old. So take care. Here, I'll buy your lunch. Have a good day. See you later. You know what I'm saying? No, he's like, we were just flirting. we were just flirting and talking.
Yeah, we're just.
I mean,
flirting,
I'll admit it. She doesn't look 15.
No, it doesn't
But
matter.
you can definitely tell she's young, dude. She's fucking
You
young.
can tell when she talked that she was young. Just her voice sounded.
I'm 15.
really young.
Well, the truth is like nowadays, especially we have kids. You know, my daughter looks older than she is. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary. It is scary because she's 11, bro. She's turning 12.
Just kids in general, dude, are starting to look older.
But with that said, you know, as a adult, and again, this is really like a Hollywood thing, but we see this all over the place, right? Like that's your responsibility as the adult to you know, try to figure out what the fuck's going on. You meet a girl and you're like, oh man, she looks like she is. If she's, you know, not 18, she's like fresh. That's your responsibility, man. You checking IDs, you know what I mean? Or just don't fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Or just stick with the MILFs with big boobs. Come on. What's wrong with a MILF? God damn, MILFs are hot.
Yeah,
That's true.
Sure.
That's the best.
That's the
Give me a MILF any day.
Yeah. It's weird, man. The whole thing is weird. It's you know, and there's no excuse for him. He was trying to make an excuse. There was no excuse.
Exactly.
The fact that he
Dude,
didn't.
I watched several other of these videos because they have them embedded in this article. We don't have to like watch them on this.
Yeah.
But like some of them are just like really freaking intense. Like there was this one where a guy was trying to seduce a 15-year-old boy, and he was hiding. This Vitali guy was hiding in a teddy bear. And he just starts like cracking up, be like, ah, and then he just goes crazy, dude. And he like gets on top of this guy. And then I'm like, wait a second. So they get a little handsy, and I'm like, now you could get arrested, or at least he could claim, you know, he hit me.
Yeah, I think like when you look at what the ultimate goal should be, it's to expose them, right? And so if you're filming and you find this situation and you're filming them and you're talking to them and they know that you know, and they're caught, right? At that point, you call the police and you say, listen, we have a guy that I have all the records to show what he's been saying. And I need you over here. You know what I'm saying? And you stay with that person. And
to be fair, though,
what's that?
They could scare the shit out of them to never do this again. And maybe that's the goal.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Yeah, maybe they should just, instead of like confronting him like that, you should just like bum rush him dressed like SWAT or something.
Well, I mean, they're scared straight, scared pedo. You know what I mean? Like,
but
turn the pedo non-pedo. Let's scare them.
Unfortunately, I tend to believe that unlike these punk ass kids that are on Scared Straight that think that they're tough, and parents that were weak and took advantage of situations, right, where you can scare them and, you know, bring a tougher guy into the picture. That's what was happening. I think that the pedophile situation is a brain issue. I think there's something going on. They're mentally unwell.
They got a worm, dude.
And
they got a fucking brain worm.
I don't think some 6'7" guy threatening you is going to change that in your head that's happening. And so, you know, yes, they're going to be scared. They're going to cry. They're going to do all the sympathy, blah, blah, blah.
Well, dude, I guarantee the next time he goes to hook up with a 15-year-old boy, he's going to be questioning and looking out for big buff dudes and be like, oh, shit, I don't even want to do this.
No, he'll do it again. I believe that. Dude, you watch enough Chris Hansen shit, there was multiple times where the same guy showed up again, was like, oh, you caught me. Because they literally can't help themselves. They cannot. And that's why they're so fucking dangerous.
I never watched the Chris Hansen stuff.
They're dangerous.
Dude, it was so good.
It was a pretty goddamn good show.
Was it?
But it's just
and
like
the same guys show up multiple times.
Hi, Chris. Yeah. Take a seat.
We had that happen.
Just very
times.
calm.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
No, like different parts of the season, other seasons. He came a year later. He shows back up on a sting. And they're like, "We've seen you before." And he's like, "Yeah, you caught me again." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They listen. Think about this. This is the only way. I'm assuming. Okay, but I think that this is something that's fucked up in their brains. Okay, I'm not giving them sympathy. It's a mental illness that they have going on. They need to be locked the fuck up. But like,
bring back mental institutions.
Well, think of this. Think of how you feel about, we're married, so, you know, take that example. But think about when you were younger and you were like on the hunt for a girl. You know what I'm saying? You go to the bar, you're like, man, I'm gonna get me a girl now. I'm gonna try to find a girlfriend. I need a girlfriend.
I had a good solid summer prowling.
Sure. But what I'm saying is in their brains, that's exactly what they're doing. They're going for their taste.
Yeah,
it is what it
exactly.
is. You're not going to stop it. That's like me saying, Chris, stop fucking looking at women. You're like, well, but I like women. What the fuck? And again, that's not an excuse. That's how their brains are working. That's why they are dangerous. That's why they need to be locked the fuck up. You cannot trust them ever again, in my opinion.
Maybe.
Yeah, lock the fuck up or something else. But, you know, you can use your
imagination.
What
was that old Chris's blue tarp? You know what I'm saying?
There you go. The blue tarp,
the
dude.
Blue tarp, dude. Let's see.
So anyway, that's the end of that. That thing was just going viral today. So
it's good, man. It's good. Article I have here, I think is funny, interesting, sad, annoying. Blue state politician who backed the law that enabled Trump's suit now says it's unconstitutional amid a rape claim. So if you guys remember, we had that. What's the gal's name that was suing Trump for allegedly molesting her or raping her in 1994? Oh, yeah. The crazy bitch.
Oh, right? It was fucking what's her name?
So wait, say that again. I was interested in that word POL, like the state POL. What is that? It's not politician. Like a poll.
State.
Oh, okay.
So it was I'm trying to think, what was that gal's name? So so it was the law president Carol.
Yeah, that's what it was.
E. Jean Carroll.
E. Jean Carroll. Yeah.
Oh, E. Jean Carroll.
There was a law.
That fucking bitch.
Yes.
Wasn't she all kinky too? She liked she liked that hard sex.
She named her cat Vagina.
Yeah, and she was like,
she named her cat Vagina.
I found it attractive when he was. Remember, she was talking about how she enjoyed the situation.
Yeah,
dude.
She rape is arousing.
Shit. So this New York senator, he's pushing back right now. He has recent claims of rape that has come about, and this supposedly happened in 2004. And so this gal, Olga Jean Baptista, she's now claiming that this Democratic senator Kevin Parker raped her.
Okay.
Now he was all for this.
Who's he a senator for? What state?
New York.
No, New York.
Yeah, so he was all for the Adult Survivors Act. He voted it in. Okay, and this was the same law that was used to go after Trump because they needed that law because this happened so long ago. So the law, basically paraphrasing, means that there's no longer, you can be 30 years out. There's
no longer a statute of limitations.
Yeah, you can be 30 years out. Okay. So he was all about it. He was more than happy to have it go through because Trump, and he wanted to end Trump, and so did everybody else in New York. Well, now
it's fucking him.
And now he comes out and he basically says that it's unconstitutional. He said these allegations are absolutely untrue. My work and advocacy will continue. He basically said that this is just a hit piece on him. That it's an unconstitutional law and should not be around.
So haven't we've heard this, like the year of the boomerang, where like Trump's going through all of these things just so that way he can sling it back at them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Sure. So it seems to be kind of one of those positions where it's like, sure, go ahead. You can hit me with that law and we'll see if it sticks, but be careful of your own closets there,
Yeah, right.
And the law was
skeletons.
What was funnier is, if I'm not mistaken, the law had like a time frame. They were only going to allow it for a little while. So it was kind of like they opened the window and said like, hey, for the next year or 6 months or whatever it was, we're going to allow people to come forward and we'll take those cases. And this person came out right before the window closed and said, this man raped me. And he's like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Like it was, oh shit, God damn it. So he voted in favor.
Almost made it.
Yeah. Parker, who voted in favor of the since expired law in 2021. So it's now expired.
Yeah.
Highlighted that the vote when the rape lawsuit was filed against him last year, arguing that he voted in favor of the law in order to ensure all New Yorkers can seek justice and be heard. But when it's seeking justice towards him, he doesn't want them to be heard. It's unconstitutional. So, to your point, Greg, I think this is an instance where it's, they're trying to get at him, but it's going to bite them in the ass, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say the same thing to him. It's hard to prove that. It's always going to be hard to prove something 20 years ahead of time. It will be hard. So.
Please go to Twitter and play the 9-second clip that I just saved of Trump saying, she named her cat Vagina. and the judge wouldn't let that in. He just wouldn't let that in.
Good.
So good. Oh, boy.
I wonder if he really
her
says
dog.
That. Her dog.
Or her cat was named Vagina. The judge wouldn't allow to put that in. All of these things. But with her, they can put in anything. Her dog.
Vagina.
Or her cat was named Vagina. The judge wouldn't allow
That's so perfect.
Oh my God. I got to clip
We got to clip that. Vagina.
If I ever went home and just said, baby, I want to see your vagina, like it would be over. Game over, bro. It would dry up.
Oh, dude, you look so sexy. Your vagina.
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Well, dude, you know what's funny? It's like, when they do the AI, when they do the AI talking on like TikTok, where you do like an AI voice that reads what you type. Vagina. That look in her
It
eyes.
does.
Vagina.
It's kind of like an AI.
Yes, dude. It's pretty intense. I just thought it was, I thought it was funny that this dude was complaining on something that he wanted. And I think most people would, right? So maybe think about what you're doing. And I'll say, like I said, I'll say it to him just like I said about Trump. He's innocent until proven guilty. It should be that way. And it's going to be a hard uphill battle for anybody who comes out 20 years. So I'm not saying the man did it. I'm just saying it's funny that's biting him in the ass when he wanted it for Trump.
Yeah.
Dude, I think all of these things that they're throwing at Trump, like the documents charges, that's going to come back to hit Biden because of the whole documents in his garage.
For sure.
I feel like everything that they're trying to do to him will eventually turn around. And you know, I feel like there is some truth to that. I think that will happen.
It has to happen, right? Like, there's no way that it's going to come in and be there and not affect other people, too. You know what I'm saying? There's just no way for that to happen. So it will.
Yeah.
It will 100%, man. Do you have my TikTok by any chance open?
Oh, dude. Drop that.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Do you have it? This is not
TikTok.
Yeah, this is not a bunch of videos. I want to make sure he has it up, man.
Dave's TikTok.
If that doesn't make you want to fucking clap your
Ow.
Okay. I want to bring up TikTok, not to show you a bunch of crazy videos or anything like that. There are some good ones in here, but there's been this thing that's been circulating on internet that I find very fucking interesting. I find it very interesting, and I find it, the feminism behind it is everything that's wrong with feminism, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I'm shocked at how many people are siding with the other side of this. It actually blows my mind a little bit. So the question that's being posed is, and we can answer this, we all have girls. A lot of you listening, you have a girl and your daughter. The question is, if your daughter was lost in the woods, would you rather her be with a bear or another man?
Yes, I've heard this.
This is an interesting question. So what they're doing is these women are asking their husbands or friends, if your daughter was lost in the woods and you knew that there would be a bear by her or another human being, another man that you don't know by her, which would you rather her be with? A lot of these women are saying, I don't trust men. I'd rather her be with the bear.
Yeah. You know, the bear will eat you and everything in around you. You know, come on.
What's interesting is that there are people that are like, there's videos circulating where the wife is asking their husband, and you can almost see the husband regretting marrying the woman. I don't know how else to say it, but you can almost see
like disgust.
Yeah, and I only saved one that I thought was interesting.
So is the husband's asking the wife?
The wife is asking the husband.
Okay.
And the one that I saved, I think, is just one of the extreme ones where the wife is like, I can't believe.
Is it this one here?
No, it's up. It's the two. But go to that one first.
This one?
Danielson says bear. Says it depends on the guy, but he says probably bear.
That's crazy, Danielson. That's stupid.
Well, and he loves cocaine bear.
Oh, yeah,
so,
he's wishing the.
So
the
click that one first. This is kind of a generalization of what's happening. Just take the music off. Take the music off. Take the music off. So go back real quick and just kind of, this is basically what it says. It's not really about the bear. Okay. Keep going. Keep scrolling through the pictures here. It's not really about the bear. It's about how unsafe some men make us feel. Now, this is from the feminist woman telling you why the bear is the safer choice. Okay. So it's about how unsafe men make us feel. We'd rather risk getting mauled by a bear in the woods because a bear might leave us alone. A bad man won't.
What?
This is a video. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Not all men, this is, air quote, we would choose a good man over a bear, but how do we know you're a good unless you prove it to us first? Do you blame us? Go to the next one. We're screaming from the rooftop for the good men to help us call out these bad men, to help make a change and take a stance. Okay? But instead, many of you are taking this trend literally and wishing harm upon women. That's basically what it says. You can click the next one and see what it says. Real comments I've received. I would record the bear ripping you to shreds. I'll hunt you worse than any bear ever could. I'll hunt you and the bear. I hope the bear mauls your face off. I'll give you a reason
brain rot. You're worthless.
Okay, so that's the feminist take. She's claiming, and women, it's not just her, it's a lot of women, are claiming that men are so violent, okay, that they would feel safer being close to a bear. But my opinion is, the bear will kill you 99% of the time with no doubt. It's hungry. It doesn't give a shit about you at all.
Is this a...
What?
Oh, never mind. It's a...
The point is this. And the one I saved, we should watch it because it's good. But the one that I watched, there's two husbands together. They're at dinner with their two wives.
Okay.
The wives asked the husband, they said, "Are you kidding me? I'm a man. What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, but you don't know if that's a bad man." They're like, "She's going to die the other way." So like I would take her chance that this guy's going to be a good human being and save her.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the chance I'm willing to take because the other option is she's going to be mauled to death and we will see her in a body bag. Like, what are you talking about? You'd rather her be with a bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bear is likely not going to leave you alone. Okay?
Yeah, I feel like people have an awkward, like, notion of what the bear represents and what the bear can actually do to a physical human being. I don't know. It just, like, seems like, are you used to watching Winnie the Pooh or something? Like,
I also think
what is your notion of what a bear can do?
Have you guys not seen The Revenant? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. I want to say this too. And listen, there are bad human beings. There's bad men. There's bad women. There's bad people in the world. But I will say this, and we've seen this. I've seen examples of this even with quote unquote bad people. Bad people who have a criminal history, who have done heinous things, have also saved people's lives too. And when it comes into a time where you know something's happening, like not all people are evil to the core. They do evil things. Evil things happen. They maybe, but I'm saying like internally, I want to believe that somewhere, at least in a majority of people, there's some good human being. And if you were walking around the woods, okay, you're on a hike, right? And let's say you're just a guy, and you see a younger girl who's lost. I want to believe that most humans would be like, where is your family? Do you know where you're at? Let's get you to safety. Like, I feel like it would be out of 100, you may have, in my honest opinion, one. Like that would be like, ooh, opportunity. You know what I'm saying? 2. But I'm saying your odds are so much better. Let's say it's even 30%. Your odds are 70% that you're going to get a good person to help you.
Yeah.
The odds of you living through a bear is not good, dude. It is
but
not
what
good.
about the opposite side? Like, what if you're all alone, you're a man, and you're walking alone, and you see a 15-year-old girl, and she looks at you and goes, "Oh my God, it's a man!" And she runs away, and she goes, "Where's the bear?" And she runs towards the bear. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do at that point?
But see, here's the thing. That's a weird, yes. I like it, dude. I like where you're thinking.
Then you're both fucked, because she's going to get you both eaten by the bear.
Oh, yeah.
See? This dumb bitch. She doesn't know fucking 2 for 2.
That would be...
Come on.
Like, you'd be more confused than anything else.
The sad part is this is what our reality is now. People have no idea, because the truth of the matter is every one of these moms or women or whoever's saying this, if they were lost in the woods for 2 days and they were hungry and terrified and some random guy was walking in the woods, there is zero chance. I'm being dead serious. There is
running
zero chance that they go, "Oh, fuck a guy. I'm going to hide behind the bush."
Exactly.
They're going to run to that motherfucker and say, "Please fucking help me."
Unless
one of them.
It's like a without a
Dead
paddle.
giveaway.
Unless it's like a without a paddle moment, and you find a bear that thinks that you're like its cub and it tries to feed you and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Play this video. I just want you to. It's like couple minutes long.
Which one?
It's the third one here. Play this video and just watch this man. This is the husband. Watch this guy's face trying to figure out, is my wife literally nuts? Because I see it in this guy's face, and and he's trying to work around, trying to be nice to her, but you could see he's like, but wait, are you serious? Like, you really? Just check this out, man. It's sad. It's really sad that I divorced.
Our daughter be in the woods with a bear or a man?
I would say a man.
Why?
Because I could be that man.
No, not you, a stranger.
Okay, someone I don't know.
Yeah.
Versus a brown bear.
Why does it have to be a brown bear?
I'm just assuming that's what other black bear, brown bear.
Just a bear, Kenny.
I think I would still say man.
Really? You want our 13-year-old daughter to be?
If I found a 13-year-old in the woods, I would be like, okay, let me try and help you to safety.
Aw, that's really cute.
And a bear would be like,
that's how condescending this bitch is, though.
I'm gonna eat you.
Watch.
The odds are better with the man. Like, the odds are better with the man.
I don't know if that's true. I think you're just assuming that all men are like you.
No, we'll just take like 10 people. Line up 10 men.
Oh, this is not going well.
And then say 6 out of the 10 men are good. those are better odds than one bear, like leaving my child with a bear. What is the bear gonna? The bear can't feed the child. The bear will eat the child.
What might the man do to the child?
Hopefully, read stories, pass the time, and
read stories.
Watch, he's trying.
Stream.
He's trying, but you'll see the frustration kick in.
Bears will just take you to their stream, and you just watch them like eat food and stuff. Or, like I said, the bear would like maul the child.
What if the man mauls the child?
Look, I got a D in
Hold on.
stats in college, so I'm just trying to weigh my options here. The bear, it's not like Homeward Bound. Like, a bear will kill you.
Exactly.
The man might kill you.
Yes, everything might kill you, but, like, what is she going to do? Jump up in a tree and the bear's, like, trying to get her while, like, a random man... Maybe the man's lost, too, and they can help each other out. Now, if the man was living in the woods and wanted to be away
It's
for
like
some
right
reason,
here where
then that would be
she starts like, you
But
poor thing.
if they're both, like, lost and they need to find a safe haven, the man has arms and legs. The bear, bears also have that, but they can't, like, articulate.
Here's a shovel for your hole.
So wait. No, I want to ask you the question.
The comment section is going to have a lot.
No,
of
This conversation's going on way long.
Yeah, but no, this is real,
So
man.
you would want our 13-year-old daughter alone with a bear in the woods?
Yes. Rather than a man.
Look at right there. He's like, I'm married to a
Okay.
fucking crazy woman.
Are you saying, like, we're going to find her within, like, 10 hours?
You are really honing on the specifics.
I am trying to find the best situation for her to survive. The bear's not going to, like, keep her safe.
This chick is
Unless
crazy.
it's really
She's
cool
fucking
bear.
crazy.
Man may
Yeah.
also do the
Yes,
opposite
but, like-
of keeping her
Okay.
safe.
No, that's true, but there's better odds that the
Okay.
man will take her to
Shit.
Oh,
safety.
you are so...
He wants to
You're-
please her so bad.
Wait,
you know?
what's
It's
she
like,
what's she
"No,
say?
no,
Right?
no,
Go back like
no,
5
no,
seconds. Go
You're
back.
fucking.
Go back like 5 seconds. What did she just ended on this? What did she say right here? She goes, "You're so." Right here.
It's a really cool
that
bear. which would
man
be-
may also do the
Yes, but,
opposite
like-
of keeping her safe.
No, that's true, but there's better odds that the
Okay.
man will take her to safety.
Oh, you are so sheltered. And
Oh
You're
my
so
god!
Like, what the
Sheltered?
fuck? Like, how pretentious is this woman? Like,
Okay.
oh, you're here.
Oh
you
my
were
God.
so in the hole tonight.
Who-
Here's a shovel. Take your kid off the grave.
Who is sheltered? You don't understand that a bear's gonna fucking kill you immediately.
There's no person that's actually been in the woods that would say at any moment they would rather be with a bear alone than with another human being.
If you're just laying down in the woods and you're fucking lost and you're like, I have to like lay down, I have to rest or do something, and a bear comes along, the first thing you think isn't like, oh, thank God he's here to save me.
yeah,
No, the
No,
first
you're
thing
going,
you don't think is,
I'm gonna be fucking food.
yeah.
yeah. No, like the first thing you do, like if you're a scared, lonely girl out in the woods and you see a bear, first thought, thank God it's not a man.
Yeah.
Woo!
But see,
Dodge that bullet.
That's the shittiest part of the whole thing, man, is that that's just the mom saying it. The girl
Oh,
in that
God.
situation would be begging for another human being to be around.
Oh, for sure.
And here's the thing that you
That
saw,
mom would too.
yeah, that's what I was saying, man.
That dumb
and
bitch mom.
That's why I'm saying this. That's why I brought this up. Did you not see his face change?
Dumbass bitch.
And he goes, when he said,
Stupid old bitch.
wait, I'm going to ask you the question. And
Yeah.
she said, the bear. And he goes,
Yeah.
what? Like that
now,
was the
now
moment.
he's second guessing everything,
Yes.
every decision he's made.
He
with her.
called his friend Greg after they had this conversation. He's like, Greg, I'm in trouble. This woman.
That guy's not going to be
fucking-
my friend. That guy's a pussy.
He's
No.
like,
He's like, see ya.
dude, what do I do? I got to get my daughter out of here.
Yeah, my wife will actually give her to a bear. It's a listen. I know that there's a lot of these things, and there was that one that was going around a couple months back where it was like the woman, the girlfriend, wife would say, "Give me a name of a woman," and the guy would be like, "Rebecca," and she'd be like, "Why didn't you say my name?" It was that whole fucking gotcha shit.
You said a random woman, not you.
Yeah, exactly. And who's Rebecca? That vibe.
Oh,
That's stupid. Okay. But this actually has consequences, in my opinion. This one actually has. Why does it have consequences? Because this will tell you a lot about a person. Greg, let me ask you, man, if your wife came up to you and said the same question as she said, I would 100% give it to the bear. I know she wouldn't, but I'm saying I would 100% let her child be with the bear over a man. You would have to question them as a parent. And as a
I would be
person-
out of the house with my children within 90 seconds.
Are you joking
like,
or are you serious?
I'm going down to the law firm. I'm going to get a lawyer and sue your ass
Well-
and divorce you.
he's gonna ask that question with the bags packed.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying how,
exactly.
like, when you're in a partnership,
case.
if you're in a
You know, there goes
partnership
my car.
as a marriage, or even just a boyfriend and girlfriend long term, or you have children together, the whole point is that you are on the same page together, and that your ultimate goal is to have your children be safe. And in my opinion, you can say whatever you want, but in my opinion, if my significant other said that, I would say, you are clearly not in a position to have our children safe.
That's not even a same page issue. That's the same book issue.
Well, it's like such a dumb question that it's like, no, don't duh. You choose the man, not the fucking bear.
And look at
like, it'd have to be so dumb, you know?
have to be dumb. And look at history. Look at history. Look at war. How many times have we seen videos of like war, whether it's World War II at the Nazi camps or you know, in some of these countries, we talk about Tim Kennedy talking about these where they're stuck behind a barbed wire fence and they're trapped, and the soldiers there, and they're literally throwing their children over to the soldiers.
Yep.
They're throwing their children to a person from another country, a man from another country
Because
with a
they
gun.
know, because they know where they
because
are.
they
they're
know
fucked.
their kids are going to die if they don't get the fuck out. That is what a parent does.
Yeah.
Right? That is what a parent does. That they don't know who that fucking guy is. That's from another country. You're assuming that that's a good person.
But it's better than where you're at.
But your chances are better that they're going to get that child some safety. Yeah. These fucking people, and I'm sorry, we have a lot, but some of these women, this feminine movement, liberals in general, men and women, I guarantee men are saying this too on the liberal side, are so fucked up, dude. They're so fucked up. This is unfixable shit. Seriously. And that's where I've always had these doubts about the shit we talk about can we turn the corner? We have some really sick fucking people in this country.
And I've always said there's always going to be that percentage of people that are just fucked.
I feel like it's just more and more. I feel like it's just getting out of control.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Dave and Chris. It's just the women, okay? Can we admit it? The women are fucking insane.
Well,
No.
I'm just kidding. Men are fucking crazy.
You have these beta males.
The problem is it's a very small percentage of people, but those are the people that go viral.
Yeah.
So it makes it look like it's a more widespread thought process than it actually is.
I think it's bigger than that, though, man. I just look at the universities. Look at what's happening with the universities.
Schools.
Look at the Palestine situation. Look at the everything. Just look at how things are. And I think
but
it's not as big as I'm saying. I understand. I didn't mean to cut you, but I'm not trying to say it's 50-50, man. I don't. Yeah. I think the parties are 50-50 in general. This craziness is far less than that. I get that. But that is still a large percentage of people. When let's say 30% of people are there kind of nuts like this.
No.
That is a lot of fucking people.
We've always known that there's a large percentage of crazy fucks in the world.
But those people are teaching our children. They're professors. They're fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where the problem is they're grooming kids that are coming up to think this way. And that's why we've seen an explosion.
Say that word, Dave.
Grooming?
Triggered.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Groomer.
Sorry.
Dude, we're going to have like the boomers and the groomers. See what I mean? Boomers and groomers.
You can't say that word.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube
dude.
will take pity on me because you called me out on it immediately. So good for you for doing that. I don't fucking keep up with this.
That immediate reaction was
I don't keep up this lingo. Fucking listen.
Oh,
Call
man,
it like it
it
is, man. Is that not what it is? Is it not what it is?
It is, dude.
It's an ideology. It's an ideology. I'm not saying they're doing, other things. I'm saying this the ideology that is being grained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first thing they did was they had this expectation where teachers all of a sudden became the parents, or they're supposed to be talking about things that your parents should be telling you and talking to you about, like sex ed and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, now you have them indoctrinating them with all of these ideologies and like Antifa flags, rainbows, like it's okay to be transvestite at a young age and like go get a sex change, cut your dick off. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff where, yes, they are indoctrinating them. And then with this whole feminist movement, it's, turning women into, they don't want families anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they don't want men in their life. They don't want kids. And their maternal instinct will be shut off at an earlier age. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree.
And same thing with boys. They want to turn boys into docile little fucking tarts, and they want to be like, oh, come here. They don't want men fighting. They don't want armies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just
so like that way they can take over you.
It's the grip on reality is so fucking weird now. It's like I don't know. I just feel like, when certain people talk about, people have this weird conception with bears, for example. That's been talked about before. Like everybody had a teddy bear. They think bears are cute. And they're fucking, no, they're fucking killers, bro. They are fucking savage. Probably the most aggressive animal on the fucking planet.
Wrong.
Dude. What?
Hippo.
The household cat.
Oh.
No. Kills more fucking animals in its life than anything else.
But listen,
small little rodents.
I'm saying comparable to like put two animals to battle, right?
Oh,
not much
like
beats a bear.
Cage them together.
No, I'm just saying you put them
like
out there in a ring.
like a cat a knife.
Pick one
against a
not
lion.
a cat a knife. I'm saying you have a bear and a gorilla, silverback. Like the bear in general will probably kill almost everything.
You think so?
I think so.
You think a bear would beat a gorilla?
Listen.
Oh,
this has been discussed many a times, and I'm siding more with the bear. Yes. Gorillas are absolutely
even
animals.
those silverback gorillas from the movie Congo.
Dude, their bears are just so big. They're
they are big.
That one video of that bear in Alaska.
But a bear can't like punch you.
Oh yes, it can. Oh yes, it can, dude.
It
Watch.
can claw you.
Nope. Watch the video.
It would swat you.
Watch the video in Alaska where that fucking bear. Okay, a fucking moose. How big's a moose, dude?
Moose?
A moose. It's just a moose.
Yeah.
Moose.
They are big.
How
Plural.
This bear attacked a fucking moose, fucking swatted its spine and broke its spine in half, bro. Killed it.
Dango.
Immediately.
Yeah, I'd probably go with bear over gorilla.
Gorillas would be
a massive
agile,
gorilla,
speed and agility, but bears they have the teeth, they have the fucking claws,
Yeah,
and they got size.
I feel like
They got the power.
I feel like
Yeah.
the gorilla is would it be like the ninja of the wild?
Yeah, if the gorilla could get on the bear's back and choke it out, it would win.
Like it just
But-
it just spin around the bear and then just
Listen,
snap
we've
the
all been
fucking
around
neck.
silverbacks, and
Uh-huh.
they're beautiful giant animals, bro. They're fucking strong as fuck. But you ever see those things at the zoo, and you're like, wow, when brown bears or black bear or whatever kind of bear,
Like a
grizzly bear,
grizzlies,
when they're
yeah.
standing up and they're fucking 10
they're
and a half
big.
feet tall,
They're big.
you're
Yep.
talking about a pretty
But
formidable
you know what they
opponent.
say, right?
What?
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Except for bears. They add that in there too.
Except for bears.
Except for bears. Guys, great
Oh,
conversations,
God.
man. I love
Good
all
stuff.
those articles. I fucking love you guys. I love everybody listening right now. It's always great to have you around.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday.
Hell yeah,
Or
brothers.
Thursday. Whenever you're hearing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Cheers, these Patreons. And if you aren't on Patreon, get on Patreon, everybody. Support us. You'll be a part of the chat, be part of the family.
Yeah, and if you're not on there also, get on there quick because we're calling show on Friday.
Yeah, if you're not on there, you suck. I'm just joking. You're cool.
You bitch.
You bitch.
We kind of suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Feminist bitch.
All right. Love ya.